Ladies and gentlemen, interesting tidbit here about Stephen Fry. Not really about him, but we'll start with him. He made a video called The Machine That Made Us. And I thought it was going to be about evolution or something like that, and DNA being the machine that made us or something, but it wasn't. It was actually about the printing press. And I didn't watch it all the way through because I've watched quite a few things and read a book about the printing press and stuff. So it wasn't particularly new, but I did start watching it. And at the beginning of it, Stephen Fry is helping this medieval carpenter guy. Well, he's not a medieval guy, he's a modern guy, but he does medieval carpentry, and they're chipping away at this big wooden screw that you use to press the plates down on the paper. And they have to carve it. They're actually going to make the printing press from beginning to end, so they're carving the wood. And the carpenter's got it started, and he hands Stephen Fry this chisel, and he just takes it and hits it 1-2 taps right where he's supposed to, right the angles he's supposed to. You know, it's just going around following the pattern. This guy's just showed him how to do it several times. He just goes like that, pops off a little piece of wood, and he says, "Oh, well, that's quite satisfying, isn't it? Just 1-2. Oh, that's quite satisfying, isn't it?" Because all of a sudden that area of the screw looked like a finished piece of screw now, whereas the next piece, which he was about to hit the next time, was still just a chunk of wood. Now, for me, this spoke very much to the pleasure of physical labor, of actual temporal work. It's good, it's admirable, it's absolutely necessary for us to philosophize, to think, to write, to make poems, and to write novels, and to write essays, and prove other people wrong who are wrong. That's completely necessary and useful and good. But it's also necessary, useful, and good to do physical work. And it makes you feel quite good, as Stephen Fry demonstrated in that eloquent little statement. Now, this is a thought that's been long on my mind, and that little teeny blip in that video was just like a perfect example. But whether you feel good about the way the bricks have been laid out in your garden, or whether you feel good about the arrangement of the bookshelves in your apartment, whatever it is, or you get the dishes done and you look at the empty sink gleaming and you feel good about having done the dishes, whatever it is, you can get pleasure from these types of activities. It's not necessarily true that the philosophical life, the abstract life, the life of letters or whatever, is good by itself. Going out and rolling up your sleeves and doing a bit of garden work is lovely as well. Once in a while I get one of these urges and I have to do a physical activity of some kind, an artistic, usually, physical activity. Not modern art, painting, but something more like making a coffee table with a train set inside of it. You know, a little choo-choo train going around in a coffee table with a glass top on it. Lovely stuff, that. That sort of thing. Once in a while, you got to let the creativity out in a physical, temporal way. Unless you work with the physical, temporal every day, then every once in a while you need to just sit down and read a book for 5 hours. Good? Just a thought that I thought was worth thinking. Labor is pleasurable. Not necessarily all the time, and especially not if you're talking about a woman giving birth. But just manual work can be pleasurable.